Hello everyone and welcome back to ARL F2. This is round 7, races 13 and 14 here at Spielberg in Austria. Very great track, especially for F2. I'm looking forward to this one. So is LSJ Rundle, the coordinator, and now admin alongside me. So welcome along. One shot qualifying underway, and obviously 4 points to play for here around what is going to be the shortest lap of the season. No question about that. Should fly through this one. Super soft tyres on all the cars. Debut today for Lost Mist in the Campos. Heading down towards turn number 4. Kinks to the left before heavy braking zone. And a downhill right-hander, which is executed nicely from the debut man. His teammate Utah Elephant now up in 6th. They've got Communist in 5th place at the moment, even as high as 4th now. And if this skipped through any quicker, we'd be able to see some of the leaders in action. And Pluto then leads us away. The championship leader took a double win last week. Could this be pole position? Into the penultimate corner, we'll have to find out, as it's very cleanly executed into the final corner as well. Ooh, just a little bit wide, and that has handed pole to Expelo by 7/100ths of a second. Ah. 0.069 separates first and second. TRT Warman 3/10ths behind, and then Communist closer to 9. Same with Gogglesaw, he starts 5th. Matty in 6th, had Vapor Callum. Aaron Ocon in 8th place, very close behind his Bennett, very close behind his Lostmas, very close behind his Utah Elephant, very close behind his FH. So, yeah, it's quite close there between 6th and 11th, about half a second, which is not bad at all. White Boy Lewis at the back of the field then with no time set. Oh no. Uh,
Right, audio included. Glad I remembered.
Anything you want to say again? Or?
Apart from the nice. No, not much.
Alright. Yeah. Pretty much qualifying done and dusted. I suppose you could talk about the standings if you
Yeah,
want to on this
let's
quite short formation.
let's do that. So we've got the top 10 from round 12 of 22. Pluto leads the way by 50 points to Goggles Saw. He's on 180 compared to Goggles 130. He's actually Goggles Saw and Xbelo are pole sitter for this race. They're level on 130. Bennett's a little further back on 102. Matty following him in the Prema with 96 to his name. Then we've got 3 drivers that have left the league. 82 points for Jack Chungus with 40 and Tax with 34. And then Super Warman in 9th place with 33, and then Joe with 31. That's the top 10. Behind them, we've got Speedy, who has left on 27, Florian, who's not here tonight, on 22, Teddy Bear with 19, Communist 16, Such 12, Callum 10, Finn 10, CJ 9, Aaron on 4, and Raptor on 2. In the Teams Championship, Shiru leads the way with 261, High Tech with 169, nice.
Ooh.
Arden 155. There's a lot of drivers disqualified. What has gone on there? Was that into turn 2?
I think so.
Nice,
Must have been a concertina effect or,
yeah, must have been.
or something, and everyone's just caught themselves out.
Where was I? Prema, so Arden 155, Prema 111, Dams on 94, Campos 57, level with ART. Trident in 8th with 42, Carlin with 22, and Univirtuosi with 3. So that's how it looks going into round 13 and 14, going through the final couple of corners with Xbelo on pole. I'll pass it back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. when you know there's Expilo and Pluto on the front row, you know there is going to be a very, very enjoyable battle. Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed that actually does happen. But, you know, Warman third, Communist in fourth. Great qualifying for Communist. Gogglesaw fifth as well. Will try to fight for that podium position. So, we have a great race on the cards here. Many drivers opting for the purple super soft tyres as the 5 red lights come on here in Austria. Drivers revving it up now, and it's lights out, and away we go. Good getaway from Expilo. Pluto reacting nicely as well. Look at Gogglesaw on the outside. It's 3 wide. Oh, and into turn 1. Expilo just keeps Pluto at bay. There is a spinner,
It's
and
Raptor.
that is Raptor in the background.
Yeah, really
Communist up to
ambitious.
third.
Really ambitious from Raptor as we see them going all the way up the hill to
Oh,
abreast.
Pluto of the inside.
Change for the lead. Can Expilo get the tyres warmed up and get the throttle pinned to try and get a better launch? He can't. Pluto back up into the lead.
Pluto holding the inside line then. Expilo may want to try a cut back, but it's lap 1. The race is not won on lap 1. These guys know that, and that is why F2 has been very, very clean as of recent weeks. Warman and Matty side by side. Warman with a poor start. He's down to 7th. Callum's wide, and Callum has spun. That was a dip into the gravel for him, and he is in the barrier.
Oh
in
my
the
word,
ART.
watch that move from Finn. Right up the inside of CJ on the exit of the mini chicane. Beasley's just lost the back end and stepped out, and he's back down to 13th, but he did make it work for a time being. Yeah, that's the first lap out of the way. 2 tenths between Expilo and Pluto, and behind them it's chaos. It's brilliant racing. Communist, Goggle and Matty, 3 abreast, wheel to wheel up the hill.
Matty's got the good exit. Matty has the good exit. He's, well, half a car length alongside Gogglesaw. Communist defends, which is going to make it very tricky. Good braking from Matty to avoid him, and good braking as well as he's got alongside Gogglesaw fully. Both relatively similar now in straight line speed as a result of the fixed setups. Matty picking up the slipstream, and he might have the move done.
CJ tries to switch it down the inside of Finn. He goes in, Finn locks up, Finn goes deep, and CJ up into 12th place on the fringe of points. It's really great. Oh my word, Communist and Matty switching places.
Oh, there's contact between them, and 2 cars on his inside as well. Surely not. I have no idea what's happened. The game screwed me with the camera there. But Matty side by side with Gogglesaw once more. Communist hanging on to 3rd place now, and he's going to have to do a fair bit of defending in this race. Oh, there's a touch from behind. Warman goes in deep. Bennett's right on the back of these two as well, trying to aim for the double switchback. And at the start of lap 3, it's calmed down slightly, but you expect something to happen into turn 1, don't you? Bennett tucking in behind Warman on the inside of Gogglesaw, who holds it around the outside. Poor exit though.
Bennett plants the throttle, accelerates fast up into 6th place. It's chaos at the front. Matty overtaking Communist. Communist still there on the inside, later on the brakes. Gonna park it on the apex, perhaps. Matty looking for a switchback. Can he get the throttle down ahead of Communist? No, he can't. They're going to be wheel to wheel into turn 4. We've seen cars come together here in the past in F1 and F2, and they're going to make it work. Com gets squeezed out onto the what do you call it thingies, and up into 3rd goes Matty.
The tension. We now have, what do you call it, thingies. I don't even know what you said, but the tension.
The curving. That's what I wanted. Now,
yes.
Now it's calmed down. Not calmed down because Communist has dropped to 5th.
But the battle for the lead is still strong here, with Pluto still leading the way. DRS is enabled this time though, as on to lap 4 we go. Expilo 2 tenths behind Pluto. They've built a 4-second gap on P3. Matty may have an opportunity to try and close that if these two continue to battle, but at the pace these two have in the F2 cars, it will be very, very hard to match. Indeed, here he comes then.
He's still there, got your nose in. Pluto gives him the space. He's very respectful there, but he's able to get the power down. We've got switches positions. Wow, it's really close between 5th, 4th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Bennett and Warman switching places now.
Look at this, it's so tense here in the midfield, as there's more cars still to join in on the action as well. Warman on Bennett, much better exit, not sure what's happened there. Communist goes through as well. Oh, takes out a brake marker board there, does Bennett, as he seems to be struggling now with that car. Goggle could have got 2 cars there in one, gives Communist a small push through there, loses the car as a result, concedes the position back to Bennett. Oh, there in the background, you are right, Lossmith's got a good exit there as well, Joe's teammate, and that will be the end of that for this lap as we start number 5 of this race.
The leaders are pushing each other around the circuit.
Oh,
far
wow.
ahead.
Spin.
Absolutely, yeah. And Lewis is in the pit lane next below, on the outside of Pluto, inside of turn 3, and then up towards through turn 2, up towards turn 3, and he's ahead.
And Bennett side by side with Communist now as well, the two good friends, teammates of course, last season in McLaren Tier 3. Great improvements Communist has made, and his defending is still going according to plan. Nothing malicious so far, which is great to see as always. Bennett just has to stay behind once more. Pluto still 2 tenths behind Expilo for the race lead, running a quarter of the way through this race. We've still got a sprint to come as well. The action continues then. Bennett around the outside of Communist. Will either of them give it up? One of them might have to. It'll be Communist on the inside. That yields FH on Raptor. The two Irish drivers, and there's a third in Aaron Ocon getting involved. Unfortunately, he's run wide. Oh, Warman's off again. Anyway, lost missed. Up to 6th place on the soft tyres. Communist down to 7th now. He was side by side with Bennett just a sector ago as he goes up the inside. Yeah, he did have to back out of that. And Pluto for the race lead. It all comes so suddenly. We expect a lot of moves here at turn 3. And that is where most of the trading positions between the two of them have come. Lost miss now. Side by side with Communist.
Penalty for Warman.
Squeeze there.
There's a little bit of a squeeze. He's been boxed in. He's off the circuit. Oof. Communist being as forceful as you can legally be. Raptor, having spun at turn 1, has put on a phenomenal show to catch up with FH and this pack. He is on those super soft tyres compared to the 2 ahead, but Lockmist doing a phenomenal job on the alternate strategy. Right on the back of Communist. Communist goes wide, and that's the move for Lost Mist.
There was about a car width in there, and he just made it work through quite a tight gap. So fair play to Lost Mist. We have the leaders into the pit lane then. Pluto and Expilo will come into the pit, so will Matty. Bennett will have to stay out here, as he often does have to do behind Pluto. Goggle saw in as well. The soft runners will stay out, but yeah, expect most of the super soft runners in now for soft tyres, and this will be our first round of pit stops.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting now where they come out in a few laps' time compared to the soft runners, because we have got the super softs in the F2 league. It's an unfamiliar sight, but make it work. So where did they come out then? Pluto is still ahead. He hasn't been jumped in the pit lane.
2 seconds.
He's gained 2 seconds from that, or 1.5 or so. That was he's been obviously Raptor.
Yep. Up to 3rd on FH. Great drive so far from Raptor, considering what happened at turn 1. Hopefully points are on the horizon for him. He runs wide though, so does FH slightly, so he can't gain the position back.
It is interesting actually to see that Raptor still has more pace than the soft runners at this time, so maybe we're not at the crossover period. Perhaps an overcut is on the cards. Bennett lost miss for the lead. Bennett's coming into the pit lane, of course.
Backed out to come into the pit lane, yeah.
And then Raptor and FH, Raptor's into the pits. So that promotes FH up into 2nd place.
Might take away some of the battles for a bit, because we don't mind, of course. They'll become reality later in the race now, as well as the pit stops continuing to take place here. The rest of the super soft runners into the pits for the Redwood soft tyres, more familiar to what you'd see in F1. So, although purple super softs are cool, they are fantastic. Everyone's now on the soft tyres.
Osmus has spun. The leader has spun into the wall
Ooh.
on those soft tyres. That's his. If he's got damage, that'll be his strategy in the barrier.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Quite major damage as well on the right hand side there. Through goes Utah Elephant, his teammate, who Utah Elephant was actually quite excited excited about having him as a teammate. Hopefully bigger things come to them in the remainder of the season.
Oh, I'll invite Wyman back. Oh, he has left the race.
Whether he wants to do the sprint or not. Here we go, White Boy Lewis now on Communist. Communist defends late there, and will White Boy Lewis consider a cutback here? We know what happened in that TRL Limitless video, if anyone even saw the thumbnail of that. It was at this track. Yeah, no comment on that. Oh, but Lostmus is retired in the pit lane. He can't pit onto the super soft tyres. Soft tyres will not be a wise choice either, and yeah, that is his race over. So we are now down to 12 runners in this race. Still a decent amount. We're on lap 9 of 20.
You can see Expilo, he's really closely matched in Pluto. There's nothing really between the two drivers, which normally would be, this has led to that really good fight in the first stint of the race. But because Pluto managed to find 2 seconds in the pit stop, whether Expilo got held or whatever happened, that's going to be really costly because there's no way for them to kind of close up to each other in normal circumstances. Expilo is finding a 10th here and there, but it's not going to be enough. Con goes deep, that's going to allow Lewis to get the cut back into the tricky double left-hander. Com is still in his inside. Lewis doesn't turn in. He's aware of that and allows Communist the space. He'll be holding it through the corner. Lewis is practically off the circuit. Com sweeps around the outside and takes 11th
Very
place.
nice. Very nicely done. And there's still potentially points on the cards if the likes of FH, Utah Elephant aren't able to gain on that alternate strategy. We have Aaron Ocon now side by side with CJ Pants. This is for P9, and Aaron Ocon has to go off the track there after a very vigorously turning CJ there. Forced him there. Yeah, he's going to give up the position. It wasn't a legal overtake, but they're scrapping over who wants DRS here. Very interesting battle between the two Tier 4 drivers. CJ runs a little bit deep. The small contact with the front wing of Aaron Ocon. He gets the DRS now in the slipstream. And small bit of lag. Will he pull it off? No, he won't.
Lewis took the place off the Communist just through turn 3. Pom's really pushing him through the right downhill right-hander. This is still only for 11th and 12th, this is how, they have to scrap over every single place in F2, and it's brilliant to see. Pluto's really closed up to Joe, the Campos driver, in 2nd place. Pluto looking to get a cutback, going to get DRS and swoop past the orange car.
Much better exit, of course, on the fresh tyres. They've now been on those soft for 10 laps. Those that haven't pit yet, we're halfway through this race almost. Oh, we are. And yeah, it's been good so far. Communist back up the inside. White Boy Lewis into turn 1. He has the position and may keep the DRS as well. He gets a poor exit, which will actually invite White Boy Lewis back alongside. This is for P11 now. You can see another battle up ahead. This is Aaron Ocon on the inside of CJ Pants.
Oh, there's
just enough speed. Oh, they do come together slightly, and that will keep Aaron Ocon ahead.
Expilo's caught Joe in a really unfortunate position. He is going to get DRS, but that could compromise his fight for the win. Yet to win, but he's always been up there, so he'll be really frustrated by the the opportunity being squandered at this moment in time.
He would not like seeing a fastest lap for Pluto. Will Expelo, and he's up the inside of Utah Elephant. It's made very easy for him. He's now got to chase that 2 seconds once more. Will Utah Elephant actually go for this? He's closed the DRS, I think. Just, yeah, not hamper him too much. Is that the right word? Hamper?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought that was inappropriate for a second, but, you know.
Hinder and hamper. Yeah, absolutely fine.
Hinder.
Absolutely fine.
Cool.
Hamper, hinder, whatever. I'll get my dictionary out. No, I won't, because
CJ
and Aaron are not
Pants.
going to wheel to wheel. Put the dictionary away for
First
another
time.
lap. And that's a switch back and a half.
It's right alongside and down in towards turn 4. Who will break the latest? Because that's going to matter here. CJ breaks latest. Will he make the corner? Yes, he does. Uses pretty much all of the apex. Aaron Ocon can't cut back. And this allows Communist to gain a little bit. He's side by side with Wide Boy Lewis. Again, keeping it clean for the most part. Into the pits comes FH to put on the super soft tyres till the end of the race. On they go. And away he goes.
So at the moment we're only being treated to a fantastic scrap between the back markers, the back quadruplet, I'm not sure. 8th, so 9th and 10th, and then 11th and 12th. They're going at it wheel to wheel. A bit of a gap between the leaders now, 2.2, and that was all found in the pit stop, so that's a bit of a shame. But here comes Darren down the inside.
And oof, forces him all the way off the track there. Has to rejoin via some dirt, and this will keep him behind for perhaps the rest of the lap. Wide Boy Lewis a bit too far behind, bit too far back, sorry, from Communist. This is starting to become a four-way little fight for points. So this should be interesting. There was 2, then there were 4.
Joe's in the pits.
Child Elephant into the pits.
Under 5-second penalty. That's a shame. But he'll drop, I would imagine, into this little ding-dong battle. But he will be on faster tyres, so we'll see how that plays out. Bennett on Google, that's 5 tenths now.
CJ again on the inside. Oh, he breaks late. Aaron Ocon going for a smart cutback here. CJ missed the corner. And, well, oh, he's forced onto the grass. There's contact. He's pushing him all the way off to the left-hand side. Not sure what was going on there. Here comes Communist. Will he make it 3 wide? No, he doesn't. Utah Elephant on the back of this as well. It's now a 5-way fight. And Aaron Ocon and CJ Pants off the exit of turn 3. Communist, will he go through in the middle? No, the gap was closing, but he's got the slipstream on Aaron Ocon.
Make it 3
this
wide.
Could potentially be a double overtake.
Lewis is off into the bollards, and he's hit Joe.
Well, there was damage somewhere, was there? Pluto with another fastest lap as look at this 5-way train now. Bennett on the back of Gogglesaw. We saw this fight last week. It was very, very long and unfortunately ended in a disastrous collision, which was ultimately a racing incident. But the battle itself was fantastic, and I hope we can see that for higher positions. But this fight in general is just terrific at the minute. Utah Elephant trying to make his way up the pack. I think he might have got a speeding penalty. Yeah, 5 seconds, so he's got to get a move on. Oh, CJ Pants is around, and that is the first real spin we've seen as a result of this battle. He reverses back onto the track, and he is now plumb last. 4 remaining in this battle. Bennett's ahead of Gogglesaw. I'd love to see this. Oh, and indeed, it was a good choice as Bennett ran wide there. Gogglesaw back through. Oh, there's big contact. Oh, there's a big crash. They all survive, but Aaron Ocon met the wall there. Communist harassing the back of White Boy Lewis. Now, Utah Elephant hopefully won't get impatient, because still, if these two battle as they are, and again, point proven, down the inside. Oh, and that is White Boy Lewis forced off the track and into the wall. Point proven indeed. It only took a corner. And White Boy Lewis is coming into the pits now, and that might be his race over. Gogglesaw and Bennett side by side. It gives us a bit more of an opportunity to focus on this one for P4. 12 points on offer, and Gogglesaw side by side with Bennett here. Bennett breaks late, trying to fight it around the outside, and can't do it this time. Communist on Utah Elephant as well. Communist runs wide. Utah Elephant goes through. Now, can he gain 5 seconds from here? It's probably the best opportunity he has to try and pull the gap in the middle sector. Has the party died? Jesus. Bennett side by side with Gogglesaw. Sorry, I was just inviting Rundle there. I'm not even sure what happened.
I have no idea
Strange.
either. Did you still
Did
streaming?
that in tier 1. I am still streaming.
Awesome. Goggle then looking to make the move on Bennett. We saw them going wheel to wheel last time. I will turn my recording off because we're all good.
Three and a half laps to go then. And Gogglesaw still within touching distance of Bennett, as they were for most of Spain. There is a spinner.
Raptor!
Oh, it's
what a shame.
Raptor.
What a shame after such a good
He was
recovery.
6th. He's still got a big gap back to Utah Elephant, who has a penalty. So he might... Oh, he doesn't anymore. It's quickly been cut, because that was the point at where he span. He's going to have some pressure now. Can he get it to the end in this position? He'll start second in the sprint race as it stands.
It's great to see Goggle and Bennett wheel to wheel again. We saw it last week. I called it a ballet performance, and this looks to be no different. I mean, they are going wheel to wheel again, and DRS for Goggle is surely going to bring him closer. Bennett defends the outside, allows Goggle to go up the inside, looks for the switchback, holding it around the outside. It's a better line, and it does keep him the position. So very tactical from Bennett.
And again, this time it'll be the outside. Could turn into the inside. We've seen a few switchbacks here before. It has occurred. He gets a good exit. I think he might have misshifted there. That brings him close though. Will he go around the outside into turn number 5? And in the inside again for Goggle. That was a dive.
Somehow they've not come into contact. Brilliant racing from Bennett and brilliant racing from Goggle to go around the outside here. That would be fantastic. No chance, mate, says Bennett. And Goggle drops back to 5th place momentarily, I'm sure.
To be honest with you, I didn't even realise Callum retired on the first lap, but I was wondering. He's been a bit quiet, but no, he's out of the race. We have 4 DNFs on the penultimate lap now. This is the real close battle on track, and it's for 4th place at the moment. Pluto almost has another win in the bag, 2.5 seconds ahead of Expilo, but this is the 4th place battle resuming, with Gogglesaw trying to cut back, just makes contact with his right rear tyre, and in the DRS again, some slipstream, not making the most of it too much. Down the inside then, into turn 4. Bennett around the outside. Always almost lost it.
So Goggle gets the position over Bennett. And I mean, this is again brilliant racing from 2 brilliant drivers. And I'm sure we're going to see Bennett stick with Goggle, try and pick DRS up on the main straight, and then come at him again into the turn 3 sequence. A little bit wiggly from Bennett, but he's actually gained time, halved the deficit through there. 2/10 as they go into the final corner, and we're going to see what they can do on the final lap of this race.
At 20 of 20, a score of laps reached, and it has been very fun once again. Gogglesaw around the outside into turn one. There was small contact. Usually that could have resulted in a spin, but thankfully it didn't. And up towards turn 3, Bennett will try and keep the DRS. After being behind at this detection point, there's 3 on the circuit, and that just promotes many position changes in the space of a lap. And it is absolutely brilliant. They are now 9 seconds off the podium positions. Oh!
Goggle left the door wide open there, and Bennett seized that opportunity. He didn't need a second invitation, and that's 4th place on the final lap. Pluto is going to be heading towards the final corner now, though. To come through to finish this race in 1st place. I would say it's been easy, but it hasn't, and across the line he goes.
Let's focus on the battle for P4. Gogglesaw is not really close enough. The podium is now decided. Pluto from Expelo from Matty Mumu on the podium now as well. Quite a predictable podium, but, you know, they've all driven superbly. And again, 2 fantastic. I think they both weave there in appreciation. You know, they've done it once before. FH on the super soft tyres. They look a bit worn now, but he's going to get it to the line in 6th place. Raptor will start 2nd on the sprint race grid, and Communist will start on reverse grid pole after Utah Elephant's penalty. And Aaron Ocon will take the final point. Then CJ Pants will cross the line in P11.
I mean, that's a hugely costly penalty for Joe, because it's knocked him off the pole position. But look at that, that's brilliant. Goggle and Bennett putting on a brilliant show. Raptor recovering fantastically from 15th. What a race.
And this is the podium ceremony then. Not surprised to see Pluto at the top whipping out a phone, but okay. There's the F2 trophy for Austria. My word, that is beautiful. The results then of the feature race. Pluto finished 1.6 seconds out of Expelo, who actually got the fastest lap. I think he might have pinched that at the end. Matty Mumu 3rd place, Bennett 4th, Goggle 5th, FH in 6th, Raptor 7th, Communist 8th place, then Utah Elephant and Aaron Ocon there as well. Yeah, quite a local top 10. Quite a local race with the exception of Warman.
That was a brilliant race from everyone, largely clean. I think we'll have a few tickets, but not many. And we're heading towards the sprint race now, which is going to be as fast and as furious as the feature.
Hopefully so. No pit stops in this one. We had 20 long, I say long, but I feel like long laps when you're just going round and around and around again, but 20 laps for the feature. We'll probably have about 14-ish for the sprint. It's probably about as far the soft tyres can go, which they'll be starting on.
Expelo yet to get that win, so hopefully he can set the record straight in this race. But yeah, to get the fastest lap as well. He was as fast as Pluto in the feature, and he just got unlucky with the way the pit stops went. Must have got held at some point, but yeah, that's the way it kind of goes sometimes. Communist starts on pole, reverse pole, which I think it's not the first time. I think it might be. He's got a habit of doing that, if I'm not wrong in saying. Normally does finish in 8th. So yeah, we'll see what he can do from the lead. Raptor put himself in a great position after spending on lap 1. And then Finn as well, starting in 3rd. That'll be interesting to see. And then Goggle and Bennett, nothing separating them. I'm sure that'll continue. 6th for Matty, Expelo 7th, Pluto 8th, and then Joe in 9th. Because of that penalty, Aaron Ocon in 10th, CJ 11, Lewis 12, Lost 13, Warman 14, and Callum 15. Warman, of course, isn't racing, but his AI is.
Yeah, I predicted the 14 laps. We've got it. I promise I didn't know that. But, yeah, Communist and Raptor and FH, the top 3, into turn 1. Should be great fun, actually. Once again, whole idea is Expelo, Pluto, Matty, them lot, make their way through the field again. But, yeah. Hopefully everyone's competent once again, and these 14 laps will be great once more. About to form up, no formation lap calamities this time.
Yeah, we managed to make our way through. And we're going to queue up final car of Callum coming into his spot. We're going to see what can be decided. 14 cars, 14 laps.
Absolutely. 5 red lights coming on now to get this sprint race underway. Revving it up now. Oh my god, woman. It's lights out and away we go. Good start for whoever that is. I think that might be Bennett, but we'll see into turn 1. Communist still leads out of Raptor and Gogglesaw. And there's Bennett. Great start from him, of course. FH had
He got bogged down.
Start.
Yeah, bogged down massively.
Here we go then. That was some lag, and Raptor lags up the inside of Communist, at least on my screen, but takes the provisional lead of this race. Bennett side by side with Expelo now, who had a good start. Pluto still stuck in 8th, looking to get past FH. Can he do it? Yes, he goes down the inside, and 3 wide there. Bennett runs wide. Bennett runs wide, and through goes Pluto, his teammate. Oh, there's a spin!
Raptor.
Oh, it's Raptor. No, not again.
Raptor from the lead spins out. Oh, that's devastating. And FH going around the outside of Bennett to try and get his places back after a poor start. And he's just going to have to stick behind him. Absolutely nothing between everyone. 5 cars separated by about a millimetre.
Oh my god. That's White Boy Lewis there in the background. Oh, and that is, in fact... Oh, and another spin. Lost misses in the wall. What is even going on at this point? But Expelo then, a 10th behind Communist, pulls to the inside straight away. Can he take the lead here? Communist hugs the inside line in the small kink of turn 2. And then Expelo up the inside, but still wheel to wheel. And surely through on the exit.
Nothing between the leaders at all going into turn 4. Expelo with the advantage of the inside. Warman getting out of the way. Look at that.
On the outside. And Expelo gets a poor run through there.
Goggle almost made it 3 wide on the exit. It's 2 wide. Oh, I thought there was a collision between Pluto. Just a bit of lag with his teammate. So Pluto up to 3rd, seizing it from Goggle. Warman AI, of course, dropping through the field. FH up to 5th. Bennett up to 6th. It's so close at this moment in time.
Lap 3, the DRS has enabled this lap. Oh, Communist gets a poor run out the final corner. Pluto banged his side pod. And there's Gogglesaw in the background there as well with a good run. Communist will hold the inside, protecting from Expelo a little bit. I'm sure not deliberate, but you can see the gap opening up now. Gogglesaw as well with a good exit. Has 1 batch of slipstream. gets a second batch of slipstream from Pluto. And can Gogglesaw move up into third place here? Pluto's up to second. No, Gogglesaw is told to stay behind. FH with a good run now as well, and gets the move done, surely. But no, Gogglesaw will fight it back, which is not a surprise at all at this point. And FH with the oversteer through there. Bennett goes through.
ARL gets Lewis for 9th. CJ fighting with Lost Mist, and then Rabs are closing in on them after the spin. Lost Mist gets past the AIF Warman, and Callum has just pit onto some new tyres. It's so close, everyone down to 8th is separated by within a second of each other. Goggle on Communist, this is the next move that could be happening into turn 1. Goggle backs out of it, he's got Bennett behind him for company. Actually, scratch that, he's got Bennett, Finn, Matty and Joe for company.
Here goes Gogglesaw, finally on the inside of Communist. Will he break later? No, Communist is one to try and fight back. He gets the cut back now as well, but that will be that over for the time being. FH on Matty. Can he get the move done? Matty's DRS helping him. Oh, Bennett switches to the inside. He's going to hit Gogglesaw. He's going to hit Gogglesaw. He's around, and you just knew that was going to happen.
It's 3 wide into the tight left-hander. Matty in the middle. Oh Goggles around.
Days. Oh, and that's Goggles around. Goggle around as well. There is always a lap in the sprint race that everything happens all at once, and that is exactly what has happened.
I have to say, Matty should have backed out there. He was the car in the middle, last to the party as well. Matty, on my end, I'll have to watch the replay, but he really should have backed out of that. I don't know what Bennett was doing, he must have missed the brake zone. I think he'll be getting a serious penalty for that. Cutting across and collecting Goggle. That was less than ideal. Finn goes deep, Matty with the DRS. Arnock on switching places with Lewis. Here goes Matty, FH switches to his defence, covers the inside. Matty looking to get the move around the outside, doesn't, but looks for the switchback instead.
We have a yellow flag. It's Wide Boy Lewis.
Yeah.
Was having a good battle with Aaron Ocon. They must have come together, or he's just lost it on the exit there, which is quite a common thing to happen. FH up the inside of Matty, up to 4th place, lap 5, well 14 at the moment.
Mist and CJ having a good scrap in the midfield for the final positions on the points paying area of the grid. Lost Mist goes to 7th, CJ down to 8th, Mist in the gravel, and that's going to slow his momentum. Finn 1/10 of the podium.
Yes, indeed, and that would be a great thing for him to get on the podium. He's got every opportunity in the DRS now of Communist. Wouldn't advise going for a move here when there's a long uphill straight to come as well. They both go wide. Just a natural reaction
switch
there
for the
sometimes to follow the other car. There is a switch for the lead.
Expelo round the outside of Pluto.
About.
Pluto's got the move done into turn 3. Expelo's got the DRS though, he's surely going to have the overspeed. Pluto not giving an inch on the inside. Around the outside, Pluto shuts the door, Expelo's still there, fantastic traction. He's going to have the inside for the next sequence of corners.
Pluto might have wanted to back out there, but he's holding it all the way around the outside. He's even going to go for the overtake around the outside of 6, inside of 7. And well, isn't this just wonderful now? Expedo on the outside of the penultimate corner, almost touching Rio as they don't. This is how precise and how wonderful these overtakes and battles are getting.
That's a move and a half. What a move!
That is fantastic.
I'm speechless, absolutely speechless. That was brilliant to watch. Of course, it's not done. Pluto's going to get the DRS. And he's just going to slipstream up to Expilo. What can he do? In the background, Matty and Communist swap places.
And Pluto back up the inside now. We've almost got the same podium as we did in the feature. Now we do, but expect these positions to keep on trading. Expilo down to second now. Behind Pluto once more. FH on Utah Elephant. Not sure what's happened to FH. He was right on the back of Communist. Matty's gone through. And Utah Elephant now, side by side with a Haas friend. Ooh, Haas friend.
6 tenths between, so Pluto's gapped him. He just needed a more consistent lap. Expilo just stick with him. And yeah, but Pluto seems to have pace at this time. Joe and Finn having a good scrap in the background. That's a great exit from Joe.
Indeed, it's a good exit, and...
Oh, Finn backs out of it. Has he got damage? No, no clear damage. In the background, Aaron on CJ. And then Raptor on Bennett, just a second behind them. Expilo sliced the gap in half between Pluto and himself. 3 tenths going into turn 3. Sort of simmered down a little bit. Everyone's sort of finding their positions, but action is only ever a minute behind. Or a minute? I don't know, a moment behind, because it's going to explode. You just feel it's about to explode.
Aaron Ocon on CJ Pants. These two were battling in the feature. They're battling again now. Squeezed to the inside there was Aaron Ocon. Don't always see that, but...
Lewis speeds in the pit lane
white boy Lewis.
and retires. No, he's retired in the pit lane.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Explo's doing exactly what he needs to do. Just stick with Pluto, put the pressure on, allow him to make the mistakes, stay with the DRS and overtake when you can. Into turn 1, no, he's just going to stay behind and enjoy the toe up to turn 3. It's a much more favourable overtaking opportunity. Communist and Joe.
He's in the slipstream.
Yep.
He's committing. The high-tech driver. And Pluto, will he respond? No, he won't. Not in this braking zone. But now he has the DRS. Utah Elephant's up to 4th. Leaving FH 2 cars behind now. And Pluto, will it be enough to go for a move? No, it won't.
It's all going on behind them. Communist on the inside of Joe. If there's a gap, I'm sure he'll take it. There's no gap present itself. 3 cars fighting for 4th place here.
Utah Elephant running slightly wide there. Communist has a poor run. And FH, will he go up the inside? He backed out the first time. He's going to have to this time. Just doesn't quite have the overspeed. But there's the gap. There's the inside line. And will he go up the inside into the final corner? No, he's just been pinched. I don't know how that car hasn't got around. There's 5 laps to go now left in this race day. And Pluto still 2 tenths behind Expilo into the best overtaking opportunity of the circuit. The inside line for Pluto in the Charouse. And Goglesaw is sped into the pit lane. Unfortunately, he's out of the running now. And there we go, retirement as well.
Expilo sensibly just allowing Pluto through. Getting the DRS. Is he going to go around the outside?
He comes again.
Will they touch? Raptor around the outside of Bennett. What a move.
Ooh.
For 10th place.
Callum's now retired in the pits as well. He was 36 seconds behind at one point. Raptor cutting the grass there. We know Bottas did at the Austrian Grand Prix, but Raptor wanted to try his luck at some lawn mowing as well,
Expilo.
but Expilo.
Oh, he thought he really thought about it. You could see the cogs turning. but he decided better of it. He's going to look for that obvious overtake into turn 3.
Communist around the outside of F8 who had just got past him, and there we go. Expilo ahead of Pluto, but not for much longer. Pluto edges his nose in front, but the exit, now the DRS, surely he'll get through once again.
Expilo doesn't cover off the inside, allows Pluto through that door, and they're wheel to wheel, millimetres between the tyres, and Pluto takes back the lead.
Nothing ever separates these two, and
this is when the heart rate started going up, when you're going
yeah.
wheel to wheel, lap after lap after lap. This is when you earn your money.
Surely these two are used to it by now.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure everyone in this, this lobby is just used to it and adapting and just trying to enjoy these races as much as possible. Who cares who wins the championship now at this point? Pluto almost has it under his belt, but
they're just here for
some
the
of
thrill.
the racing.
Some of the racing has been brilliant.
Magnificent.
I don't
Rich
think you can-
energy meme incoming.
Oh wow. Look at Explo with the overspeed. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
How about this small gap, says Pluto, and Explo goes, yeah, okay then. I'll take that.
Will Pluto come back in a similar manner? There's the inside that is presented to him by Expilo, and now up the inside goes Pluto. Expilo still hangs it around the outside, gets a good exit as well. They touch wheels, and these two, if there was ever a time they were going to come together, which I hope doesn't happen, it always looks so close. And once again, Expilo just backs out slightly, but the opportunity is still there for him. He's in the slipstream now of Pluto. The penultimate corner, not always a brilliant spot for overtaking. But he's going to go around the outside. Pluto's pitched on the apex. And oh my word.
Oh my god. Okay, right. Again, he's done it again. You don't normally see it, but we've seen it twice in one race by the same driver. Explo making the move in the most unconventional of places, but he's had a shoddy exit, and that's surely going to give Pluto enough of an exit speed to get around and into the lead again.
We're on the penultimate lap, so there is another lap for Expilo to take back that position. These tyres getting much more worn now. Obviously promoting a few more mistakes. That's the poor exit that he did not want at all, Expilo. And finds himself about 4/10 behind Pluto now. Got to have a really good middle and final sector to bring him nice and close to the back of Pluto for the slipstream and the DRS effect to come into play for the final lap. But
it's like a velodrome race around this circuit. You have to be in the right place at the right time. We've got yellows behind FH.
That might be points gone.
Oh, that's devastating scenes. But we're about to go onto the final tour of this not Grand Prix, F2 sprint race.
It really does feel like a Grand Prix, and emphasise the Grand. This is what this is what they should feel like all the time, but you know, not quite the case. Expilo cutting that inside apex, but unfortunately it just hinders his exit a little bit. Pluto is going to stay about 3/10 in front here into the braking zone, but surely into turn 4, Expilo will fancy the opportunity. This will be a brilliant battle, that's for sure. In the background, FH on Bennett. Again, poor exit from Expilo. Pluto, these last couple of laps, has just had phenomenal exits. And that has kept him in reach of back-to-back double race wins.
Here comes Lost. If we're not going to see an overtake for the lead, Lost down the inside of Communist. Oh, just forces Communist to be later on the brakes, goes deep.
Oof.
And I think he's going to sweep around the outside going into turn 5. Com's still there though. No mistakes from Pluto. 2 corners to go. 1 corner to go. 4/10 is the gap.
And those kind enough to have watched it today, and I know there's not many for F2, why don't you start for good? Because this racing rewards Pluto with another race victory. Matti Mumu completes the exact same podium as we had in the feature race, but who cares, honestly? Who cares what the podium is? Oh, side by side to the line, lost, missed by 0.023, just misses out. Who gets the final point? It will be Aaron Ocon ahead of behind CJ Pants, sorry. Bennett crosses the line, P10, Raptor promoted to P9. Had a good day, Raptor, but just the spins on both opening laps cost him big time today. He would have had a really good opportunity, but that was absolutely thrilling as always, and well.
That was brilliant. Brilliant. Since Italy, I think 90% of the races have been sensational. And this just, the icing on the cake. This was a fantastic race, and that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. Oh, I think we should do interviews. We don't normally. If you've got time.
We don't normally, but yeah, I can do. But because we've had basically the same podium sitters, I do have a few minutes. You know, who cares about football? Let's invite Spilo, of course. I forgot his name.
Good evening.
Good evening. How was that?
Marvellous. Simply
Marvellous.
marvellous.
It looked it. How do you
Invite
play
the other
Jordan?
two. Hang on.
I believe so.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Well done, lads. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah, we would obviously with the podiums being the exact same and that racing. Well, we thought we'd just have a couple of interviews. Obviously, I'm sure you both feel different ways. I'll start with Expelo because you've missed out again, unfortunately, and it's never by a long distance. We've never really had your emotion on stream, so how does it feel in these races? Obviously, we enjoy it, and I'm sure everyone else enjoys it, but how does it feel from your point of view?
Spain was a bit annoying, and feature race here, same case, because I was held by Pluto's car in the pits, and that just gave him a gap for lost DRS and just same pace and didn't catch. But the sprint race, that was so good, I genuinely don't care I came P2. It's just such a fun fight, and well-deserved win for Pluto, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Pluto, it's never easy for you. Any response to that, because you two always have so much respect on track, and that's why more people should come and watch F2, you know.
Yeah.
Cheeky plug.
To be honest, I think you guys get really excited about it, but me and XP are always in the party together. We're just having normal conversations, yeah. Normal conversations while we're side by side for an entire lap. It's weird, but it's entertaining.
Absolutely, and well, thanks to you two, I guess. Any questions, Rundle, before we end this brilliant hour?
I just want to ask, how big are Expelo's balls? Because he went around the outside of the penultimate corner twice. How on earth? Fair enough. That was brilliant. You don't have to answer. I actually don't know.
He wants us to come from
You don't have to measure. Yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll wrap it up here. Next week we head to the almighty Hungary. So, yeah, join us next Thursday for that one at the same time. Obviously, Hungary, potential to overtake, potential for similar battles. So, I'm looking forward to it again. And thanks to Rundle, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.